Santi and Phazon in elimination side, and they took it over Made and Pugsy as well. So they've had a couple of absurd wins to get up until this point. Everybody, we are now in elimination semi-finals. Whoever is out of the set, they're out of the tournament for good. We're seeing, of course, the return of the Devil Jin, the Zariel, of course. We're seeing a Kaya on the screen, and we're seeing yet another Onyx. Everybody loves their Onyxes today.
That is very much a staple of North America. We see it bleeding over into some of the other regions as well, just because it's a very good legend. Okay, we have already lost 2 stocks in some chaos over on the left side. That was a little bit interesting. Of course, this is game 1. The crazy things happen in game 1, but yeah, we've also seen a lot of Kaya in 2s as well, and we see a lot of Devil Jin still in North America, much more compared to the other regions.
So aggressive offstage. You have to be careful up against Gauntlets. Fakey, though, coming on in, does not let Hideaway actually get anything further offstage. Using the side sig to be able to get back on here. BalloonBoy, how do you actually make it back on? Goes through the down air. That is such a nasty angle. BalloonBoy with the finisher with the ground pound. Fakey finding one of his own as well. That was chaos offstage.
It was like move after move after move after save after save after move. And it's barely a minute, and Java is on final stocks. I was about to say that, like, Java playing the Jala, specifically the Finn choice here, is Java's like one of those other outliers where, like, you can play a low defense legend, because we've seen Java play Hattori very well. The ground pound from BalloonBoy. Java's able to get back with a little bit of help from Fakey's neutral air on the bow to send him up. Hideaway's the one to ultimately fall. It's just stocks all over the place.
I have to say, Fakey's down who's off stage have been chef's kiss. That was remarkable thus far. Everybody, the stock count is completely even at this point, but Java is this close to being knocked out. That being said, Java holding onto the stage. Fakey, can you actually make it back on? You cannot, as Hideaway has fists with your name
This is like the most violent game of Brawlhalla I think we've ever seen. We're still not even
allowed.
We're not in 2 minutes into this game yet, Dara, and Java is very red on final stocks. Hideaway is very orange on final stock. We're seeing yet another stock fly. Okay, Java's still going to be able to land back on the main platform after this one. Hideaway using all of his movement options, but BalloonBoy was in there to relieve that pressure, give Hideaway some room to safely land without taking too much damage, given that he's orange. Look at Fakey sticking to Hideaway like glue, now over onto BalloonBoy,
again,
trying to trade 1 for 1.
Fakey with all these down airs, but then commits so heavily to the ground pound. BalloonBoy doesn't want to go back off stage. Hideaway with a bit of friendly fire, a little bit unfortunate at that point. This is not an impossible game for Fakey, especially because of how little damage he has to his name. But when you eat an end light like that, when you're stuck off stage, the GCD light to be able to get back on the side light into the side, it doesn't actually fully connect. Fakey is fighting for his life, fighting for the spot in game 1 at the moment, and is continuing to just do this. But how do you close? You need a recovery, you need a down air, you need a spike, but they're not jumping. They're not getting hit by any D-lights.
And that's why you saw him attempt that side signature there, of course, sliding along the ground to pick up a grounded opponent, not an aerial opponent, like you just said. But they didn't have the option to get the recovery. If you try to go set up the D-light or anything like that, you're wasting time and you're going to get punished. Exactly
with
right.
With a move like D-light, it's excellent in, you know, ones who just like in a regularly like 2 situation where you have the space and the time to be able to press it. But when you can't land and you can't get back onto the stage, you can't actually connect your D-light recovery. When they're not jumping at you, you can't punish a jump that doesn't exist with a recovery. As a result, Bo, of all weapons, doesn't have a move in that moment that can actually you can just press it and it can KO without converting it into something else. So it's nice when, you know, you have the privilege of getting a combo. You did not at that moment.
Because really your best option there, if you're like really looking for a single move that will KO, of course you have signature options, but of course those are risky, you risk punishment. In-light is your best option really if you want that single moment, and even then you have to build up a lot of damage before you're actually KOing with in-light.
Yeah, and that's an excellent move to catch jumps and to catch them like stacked, but they're also, that situation just never transpired.
Yeah, absolutely.
They were like keeping a nice distance away. At the moment though, we're going into game 2, no switch ups.
Hideaway!
But,
He's doing off of that. He went too deep, and Fakey is just too good with the spear. And we haven't even really seen that much spear coming out from Fakey so far. Last game, 76% of the damage was done with the bow. He almost did more unarmed damage than he did with the spear.
That is such an early stock to actually take in Fakey. Again, sliding on in with that Ensig, gets it and closes out that stock. Incredible.
Hideaway, trying to set up these cannon options, trying to grab these side lights. Kind of a whiff there after the neutral light from Java ended up picking up Fakey, actually. Would have been a perfect serve up. BalloonBoy did hit the signature to send Fakey over to the right side.
Hideaway is so menacing. Hideaway is looking at Java, just looking for this opening, comes back in with the side air, does end up getting a little bit interrupted, goes through the down air, immediately just going back onto the stage. Java connecting the neutral light, just looking for a nice clean landing kill. And that's going to be Fakey stock gone off the top.
Now Java, you immediately see him move over onto the wall while Fakey is spawning back in so he doesn't get caught by a team combo.
Sidelight into the side, that doesn't do it quite yet. Java now needs any way to be able to possibly make it back on. Just saying, hey, you have a weapon, Fakey. Please help me out. Anything that you could possibly do for me. Java, though, finally going to be losing his fully stock. Everybody is at 2 stocks apiece, and blue team has a good lead at the moment.
Blue team's eyes are going to be on Hideaway. He is the most damaged so far in this game. It may be tough to find a KO like right now unless you pick up like maybe a signature from Java in the right place. There's a nice D-Light side air splitting up the red team, but Hideaway right on his heels.
That was the time to follow up. That was BalloonBoy's opening, and yet, you know what, just wasn't ready to react in that moment. Didn't feel safe enough to.
Picked up 2.
Getting both of them with it, and then you also stuck off stage. Oh no.
And here comes Java. Oh, the down air, and then he knew Hideaway was going to be right above him, hitting vertically above him with that neutral air. Can they get the double here? Hideaway was sweat feeding. He saw he was at weapon disadvantage, saw he was in sweat beads, was like, get me out. I do not want to be.
He wanted to help his teammate, say, stop edge guarding my teammate. I want to hit him back onto the stage, and was like, oh, wait, this almost went awful. This went from bad to awful fast.
I want to get off Mr. Bones' wild ride. Please let me back onto the main stage. Okay, not enough with that neutral air just yet, but swapping over onto the gauntlets. One more hit on like either one of the blue team members is going to be the stock. Can Fakey live here? Down airing away from the stage.
Okay, Hideaway coming back onto the stage. Who just waiting? He's switching up onto Java, and Java getting the side of not enough to still KO Onyx.
Oh,
but
he's
Fakey
still going in. Did he see that? Oh, that BalloonBoy was in sweat beads like after that ground pound. That was crazy to keep going in.
Hideaway almost got something insane. Hideaway wanted that GC headline so badly, didn't actually get it. Java,
come on.
No follow-up. That was the right idea, though. How do you actually make it back on to the stage at this point? The very last, active frame of the recovery does come out. The GC sidelight from Java is just able to close it out, and blue team taking game number 2.
Looking pretty good that game. A little bit of a damage deficit between the two from Java and Fakey. 567 from Java, 381 coming out from Fakey. There was that ground pound that came in from Hideaway. Right before that side air was a whiffed combo. He whiffed the timing on the side signature. Fakey served him up, but Java wasn't ready to pick up the side signature just yet. So a little bit of shaky ground there when they were in the power position. Hopefully they can clean that up for the rest of these games as they're tied 1-1.
Fakey's edge guarding that game has been impeccable, honestly. Every single time that he went off stage, he was at least finding a couple of hits for himself, especially when it came to like spearing the weapon tosses, especially when it came to bow and downers. I mean, everything that he was going for has actually been connecting. So we'll see what happens in game number 2. Hideaway at the moment looking to punish Java, doesn't actually find a neutral though, and I feel like Hideaway's just been really, really struggling to initiate.
Yes, I haven't seen him get that like confidence, that momentum back on either of his weapons. That includes the cannon and the gauntlets, and of course, unarmed kit. But that's kind of the different story there for Fakey. Like you were just talking about his spear. I want to put some numbers to that as well. 174 damage on the bow, 154 on the spear, so only 20 damage difference. So he's evening out his weapon choices here. Great follow-up.
From BalloonBoy. Oh no, BalloonBoy started that to his own teammate.
Oh, I did not see what happened with BalloonBoy there. Did he just like straight up run off the edge? Are we having issues here? What happened?
Amazing question.
My eyes were on the left side of the stage.
Yeah, well, you know what we do now? Fakey is still holding on to this for the stock. Fakey gets that neutralite, comes back on, gets knocked off stage. Instead, BalloonBoy just going to be opting to work on Java instead, because now look at the situation that you're in. You knock out Fakey. Can you get the stock onto Java? Can you at least get a little bit more damage in this time?
Fakey. He has a lot of damage on the second stock. He has to be really careful, but Hideaway, same thing. This might mean that Fakey has to take a little bit of a lead here, maybe take some of the damage as well. Nice punish there.
Nice, into the side of it as well. Just going back onto the stage, pressing the D-Sig unsuccessfully. Doesn't actually find an opponent.
But he did pull out of it early enough, so he didn't have to really worry about some major signature punish coming behind him. Does find the signature connection there.
If you hold it long enough, people are just going to start jumping into it.
Not anymore. That used to be Hattori's sword down signature, or the spear down signature as well, but like we've evolved past that now. Brawlhalla brains have like grown a little bit further. And now Fakey, who was doing a great job.
Bad.
Yeah, okay. He was doing a great job living so far, but now Java's in trouble over on the edge. Same thing for BalloonBoy, but he still has a stock to play with.
Gets Gets the neutral. Fakey just going back onto the ground here, just looking to see if he can get a potential snipe, and he does. BalloonBoy's second stock is gone. Hideaway's last stock is gone, and this is doable. This is doable, BalloonBoy, but you have to pull one out. Now, again, if you pick up a bow, that can be a really challenging 1v2 weapon to play as. Let's see what happens.
Java's going to have to be careful. You saw him kind of juggling the weapons for a moment to delay the weapon spawn. BalloonBoy was able to grab one in. Of course, Fakey's going to be taking the lead here. And I don't think BalloonBoy is going to really fall for this Java bait. He's not going to tunnel vision onto him. He's just going to, like, single hit after single hit onto Fakey. Just play, like, good neutral, and, like, it's working so far. If Java gets a little bit hasty like he is right now, again, BalloonBoy is not hardly attacking whatsoever because he doesn't want to put himself into punish frames.
But he put himself into that nasty position off stage with that side stick, and now he has to find a way to be able to get back on.
Nice.
Just barely avoiding both of those. Makes it back on. Just avoiding that end light as well. Incredible spacing. Weapon toss discouraging any potential edge guards.
Oh,
Whoa.
that was so close, Dara. I thought he was going to make connection with that.
He's so patient.
Oh!
Okay, now's the time. You've done it. You've put in the work. You took out one of them. Can you close this, BalloonBoy? Can you make this comeback for the red team?
Do it, BalloonBoy. Ascend, BalloonBoy. Oh, he didn't quite get it, Fakey. He was just patrolling the ground. The NSIG claiming another victim.
Landing against Bo is
tough.
It's tough. It's awful. You have so many. You have a built-in anti-air in the form of neutral light. You have D-light, which covers so much of the ground. And then when you also take Kaya into consideration and her signatures, it's like, whoa, do I have any safe place to go? And the answer is no. It's actually a coin flip.
It ultimately ends up being based on like the bow user's reaction time, because you essentially have a very effective tool for every situation you're going to run into, whether it's that anti-air like you were talking about with the N-Light, whether it's a stacked option like the N-Light, whether it's a long range option like the D-Light, whether it's a little maybe more mid-range that you're looking for with the side light, then of course you potentially have the reset for the starter where you go for the side light, bait the dodge, go for another side light, D-Light recovery. You have so many options, and that doesn't even include the signature kit like you pointed out. So really it's all about reaction time of the bow user, and Fakey has a great reaction time.
Yeah, no, he was phenomenal in that like part of the game. And now we're going on into game number 4. Java and Fakey, they're up 2-1 against Hideaway and BalloonBoy. But Hideaway and BalloonBoy, these have all been incredibly close games. That last one could have gone in any direction whatsoever. So this is a set that I would hopefully like to see at least go to game 5. And if not, this has been an incredible run for, you know, Hideaway and BalloonBoy thus far.
Absolutely.
So going into game number 4, potentially the tournament game, now's the time to make it happen. It doesn't seem like there's going to be any switches whatsoever. Let's get it.
And we're still seeing Fakey kind of have that more balanced state between his two weapons. 233 damage on the spear compared to 263 on the bow. So no longer just bow gameplay anymore coming out from Fakey, but of course both of them are very strong players. Java now getting into this one, setting up. Okay, great interruption from BalloonBoy, and he keeps the pressure onto Fakey or onto Java, sending him over onto that wall. Hideaway finding some cannon gameplay here in the middle, finding his starters, finding his true combo options. Signature kit coming out as well.
They're playing good. Oh, they're playing
Wow.
excellent right now, but the reversal. Oh my goodness, Fakey making it back on. BalloonBoy gonna be spiked down into Oblivion. Blue team quickly snatching that lead. Now, can you make this happen? You have gauntlets on hand. How do you get this KO? You get the neutral light, you put him off stage. Now, how do you actually close? That is where, you know, champions and heroes are made.
We're deep in this bracket here. And Hideaway and BalloonBoy, they're essentially a brand new team. They don't have tournaments together. So them finding themselves this deep in the bracket is absolutely massive for them. Whatever happens at the end of this set, this is a huge performance for both of these players today.
That's the challenge with Bo, even when you get a neutral like that. I mean, Fakey has still not been KO'd, and Fakey makes it back onto the stage. Uh-oh, Hideaway, how do you make it back on? Hideaway, oh no!
BalloonBoy, no!
Taking full advantage of the situation. BalloonBoy is actually going to be the one going out. Hideaway does make it back on, but BalloonBoy is now sitting potentially on the final stock of the event. This is not good.
That's so tough, because that started off with Hideaway being in the danger position, and who put him there? It was his teammate. It was BalloonBoy who ground pounded him, sent him down there, went down there to help, but ultimately ended up losing his stock early, and Hideaway is the one very much in the red, so he could lose this one and be on final stocks in just a few moments.
Okay, eats that ground pound, gets knocked off
And
stage.
there it is.
Hideaway knocked out to his last stock, gets that down. An excellent reversal. BalloonBoy, uh-oh. Is that going to be it? Is there any way for you to be able to make it back on?
The balloon has been popped by the gigantic side air coming out from Java. Hideaway's doing his best to at least trade 1 for 1 here, but he's looking at 4 stocks of this blue team. They have all the power here. Java! Oh my gosh, we gotta see a replay of that. The down airs, the ground pounds, couple of down airs, couple of ground pounds, bada bing, bada boom, and it's over.
That ended so fast.
Yeah, it really did.
I was so excited to see a potential Game 5, but Java and Fakey, they didn't want any of it. That was tough. I mean, all of that just boiled down to